Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Holistic Transformation Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Beverly, the founder of the Dancing Bear Enlightenment Academy, and your guide through this incredible journey of healing and awakening. Today's episode is called Solstice Gateway, Preparing for Light Body Activation and the Incoming Solar Frequencies. So before we get started, I just want to say, I've switched over to using my laptop instead of the clunky desktop that I had that was always running out of resources and memory, but it had a nice camera set up and my lighting was set up, and now I've moved everything around, and I apologize. Everything's kind of clunky and the lighting is weird, and I'm probably going to have to get an external camera because this is too low. It's kind of crazy, so sorry, just bear with me. So I thought what I would do is a share screen. If I can get to share screen. Oh God, I hate this. I can never get to Zoom when I want it. There we go. Share screen. That way you don't have to look at my bad lighting. And okay, let's see, now get back to Zoom. All right, there. So I think you can see the image. So I'll let you look at that today while I work this next week on fixing my lighting and getting my laptop level better. So again, this is Solstice Gateway, preparing for light body activation and the incoming solar frequencies. So as we step into the energy of June, the energy of June, we're entering what I call the Solstice Gateway. It's a corridor of accelerated light and deep cellular change that culminates around the summer solstice on June 20th. The frequencies arriving now are powerful. This is a time for aligning with our highest soul purpose. So I know you all have multiple soul purposes. Excuse me. Some have many, some only have a couple. I've done some charts for people that had two purposes. I have two purposes. Other people have many, many purposes. But there's one reason why you incarnated at this time. And that's what we're talking about. What is the reason you are here? And we're going to talk about that some more in a moment. So why is the solstice, why does the Solstice Gateway matter? We're now in the early stages of the solstice corridor, a potent energetic flow that opens several weeks before the actual solstice and begins transmitting higher solar frequencies to the planet. So I started feeling this in May. When I don't know when you're listening to this, but the broadcast goes live 18 days before the 20th. It goes live on the 2nd, so it's 18 days, a little over 2 weeks. So you could easily have started feeling this energy in May. So these aren't just poetic metaphors like solar activity, photonic light, and cosmic radiation. They are measurable. They have real effects on your DNA, and you get DNA downloads. It affects your pineal gland, and your pituitary gland is also connected to the pineal gland. A lot of people don't talk about that. I learned that in one of my mystery schools. It also affects your nervous system. And that's important to remember. So you may have some nervous system issues that you notice. So the Solstice Gateway is a spiritual activation point. It invites us to pause, integrate, and consciously prepare to receive more higher self into our bodies. So, our soul is above us, and it sends down some parts of itself, which we experience as our conscious self. Our subconscious self is still in the soul. But the more of the soul that comes down, the more of our subconscious becomes conscious. And that's part of what we're going to start experiencing. So the sun is a conscious intelligence. It's not just a ball of gas like they tell us in science. It's a conscious stellar being. You can talk to it, okay? And it transmits divine intelligence in the form of light codes. Scientists for years wondered, where did life come from? It comes from the codes from the sun. It's sending DNA. Your DNA are light codes. So when it says become a light body, that's your DNA light shining out. So ancient cultures, like the Egyptians, the Vedic seers, the Essenes, and others like that, understood this very deeply. In modern language, we might say the sun is broadcasting software updates for our light bodies in the form of intelligent waves of solar plasma and photonic information that speak directly to our cellular memory and crystalline DNA. So I like to think of our body as an organic computer. This is your Wi-Fi, in and out, so you can get information in, you can send information out in the form of thought forms. This is information in your ears. Mouth is information out. So this is in and out, this is in and out, and it comes through your Wi-Fi. The heart is your CPU. That's why you need a heart-mind connection, because you want to connect what's coming in and going out based on what your heart wants, what your heart says, and what your heart receives. Of course, you've also got a belly brain, and that's the source of our emotions. So Jupiter enters Cancer on June 9th. So this is a heart awakening event. And Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. And next podcast is the 9th, and we'll cover the Jupiter aspect next week. But this is our home. We're reconnecting with the sanctity of our home in our body, which is our temple. And Jupiter likes to expand things. So it's going to expand our heart, our compassion. And in order to do that, we'll need to heal a lot of emotional and ancestral aspects. So Jupiter expands whatever it touches. In Cancer, it expands compassion, intuitive awareness, and the integration of emotions into our spiritual work. So expect more vivid dreams. I've been getting multiple vivid dreams every night. Spontaneous tears. I don't know if I'm going to have more of that now, but well, probably most of this year, I've had a lot of spontaneous tears. Kind of calmed down a little in May, but if that hasn't happened to you, you'll start feeling it now in June. And you'll also have a sense of coming home, because more of your soul will be in your body, and you will be more conscious of some of what was subconscious to you before, that you had difficulty accessing. It will now be easy to access. So how do you prepare your body to receive these new light codes and this energy and this consciousness? Of course, the most important thing you can do is meditate, but you also need inner alignment. So part of your meditation should be to ground and center and what have you. So I'm going to give you 6 possible things you can do, not only for meditation, but to do all day long, part of your regular routine. Number 1, as always, hydration. And as you know, if you know me, I buy these Saratoga bottles because they're this nice blue color. And I make distilled water. You can use spring water, any really clean water. Plastic bottle water is not clean, okay? It's full of toxins and phthalates. So you need clean water that you've got in a glass bottle. Put it in a blue bottle. Put it on your windowsill for at least 2 hours. I put it there for a couple of days. And then you have Ho'oponopono water if you used a blue bottle. Supposedly in Ho'oponopono, it says you only need 1 drop in your water. And if you know about Dr. Mirasu, I forgot his last name, Makita Mirasu, I forgot. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, the water guide from Japan. the energy of the water goes into your body, and all the cells in your body are filled with water. The membranes, fat, oil, and the inside is fluid, because they don't mix. So I just drink pure Ho'oponopono water all the time. But do whatever works for you, however that works. But make sure you're drinking, depending on where you live and the time of year. If you're in a very humid place, in the winter, you may not need as much water as you do in the summer. If you're in Arizona, you need a lot of water all year long, and even more in the really, really hot summers. So I drink a minimum of a quart a day, more when I'm outside. A quart, half a gallon, 2 quarts. I drink one Ho'oponopono, and then I drink one regular, because I make the Ho'oponopono water sparkling. So I drink quart of sparkling and a quart of non-sparkling. I can talk. Okay. Do whatever works for you, but make sure you're getting enough clean water throughout the day. Number 2, sunlight exposure. Get 15 minutes at least of gentle morning sun. This supports the pineal gland. It supports circadian rhythms or your biorhythms. This will help you sleep. It helps enhance your dreams. If you go out first thing in the morning, you can talk to the sun. Don't look directly at it. Look just to the side of it and use your peripheral vision to see it. That way you don't damage your eyes. And you can talk to it. Have a conversation with the sun. I did this morning. It was very nice. The sun has really changed. When I learned to sun gaze, the sun was yellow, and it followed a very specific pattern throughout the day, coming up basically close to the same place every day. And then I remember at some point, every morning it was someplace else. It was jumping all over the place. Other people were noticing it as well. And it was no longer yellow, it was white. So our sun is going through a massive change. It has become more intense. Things have changed. So if you can't handle too much sunlight, just get at least 15 minutes. And in the morning, it's not so intense. So you generally won't burn in the morning. I like to go out. I'm in Arizona and it's summertime, so I go out before it gets hot, because right now where I am, it's in the 90s in the afternoon. So it's only in the 70s in the morning. So I go out when it's in the 70s. So tip number 3 is grounding. Walk barefoot on the earth to recalibrate your electromagnetic field. Electrolyte, we were talking about water. To recalibrate your electromagnetic field. So if you can't go outside, then walk barefoot on a tile floor. You can walk on a concrete floor. What doesn't work is asphalt or linoleum or plastic, anything like that. It doesn't ground you. So I have a grounding mat under my desk so that I can ground while I'm working. In Arizona, we don't have grass. It's way too hot to walk outside barefoot. So I have tile floors in the rest of the house. But in my office, I have linoleum. So I have a grounding mat, and then I can walk barefoot in the rest of the house. So figure out what you can do to stay grounded and try to be grounded all the time. And that's something that may take conscious effort. When I first woke up, people said, "You're not in your body. You're only halfway in." So I spent a whole year learning how to be in my body and stay grounded. So if you're not fully in your body, you need to work on that, because the more you're in your body all the way down to your feet, the longer you will live. Your feet are very important. So if you're not in your body all the time, your feet are being neglected. So stay grounded. So tip number 4 is breath work. Now, I know you know how to do breath work. When you meditate, you wouldn't be here if you didn't. So what I'm suggesting is to do the breath work all day long. So use conscious breath, because this anchors your spirit in your body. So you want to do slow, deep, purposeful breaths. These are the best. Now, when I studied Buddhism, I was told you breathe, you visualize the Buddha in front of you and you breathe in the Buddha breath, a cool, calming, clean, pure, energetic air, and you exhale any negativity. And the Buddha transmutes the energy for you, and then you bring in the pure air again. Now, if you don't like that, just visualize you're exhaling to the earth and ask the earth to transmute the negativity, and then breathe in again. So inhale, exhale through the earth, or whatever works for you, whatever fits in your belief system. But just imagine you're only bringing in clean air and you're letting go of the negativity air to be transmuted by whatever works in your belief system. And you can do that all day long, especially if you're feeling stressed, if you're in a meeting or you're in a difficult conversation. Just remember to do the nice slow breaths so that you can stay in that grounded, peaceful space. Okay. Number 5 suggestion is get plenty of rest. Your cells need the space to integrate this increased frequency. So your vibration goes up and your cells need time to integrate and they need rest to do it. So you may need to go to bed sooner or get up later, or you may need to take naps. Yesterday, I took a nap in the morning and in the afternoon. They weren't long. A few days ago, I decided, oh man, I'm so tired. I need a nap. I slept for 4 hours, and it was a deep REM sleep, and with vivid dreams. When I woke up, I was like, where am I? And I went, oh my gosh, I slept 4 hours. I was shocked because I laid down for like a half hour and came back 4 hours later. So your body, I did a meditation. I'll tell you, I did do a meditation after that and asked, why on earth did I sleep for 4 hours? And I was told, because your body needed to integrate that energy. So it's really true. You do need more rest. Now, I know some of you work. I work at home, so I can do what I want. But if you work at a business where you have to be there, especially if you're interfacing with customers or other people, take your bathroom break, go in the bathroom, sit on the toilet, do a 5-minute meditation. It will rejuvenate you. But your body needs that rest. Okay, so recommended number 6. So if you're stressed, you may need help sleeping after meditating with breath work, grounding, resting, spending time in nature in the sun, and you may need more than that. What if that isn't enough? I have some suggestions. Now, I keep lavender by my desk. So anytime I have any kind of physical or emotional or stress, I just sniff lavender. You can put it in your hands, sniff it. You can put it on your wrist and rub it in. Right on the wrist crease here, there's 3 very powerful acupuncture points. So you can just press across the wrist or just sniff out of the bottle. The other thing I keep in my desk and in my purse, when I carry a purse, is Rescue Remedy. Rescue Remedy is excellent for stress, especially trauma. You put it under your tongue, put it in your water and drink it down, or you can put it in your water and then sip the water all day long to help you deal with any kind of trauma. Anything from stubbing your toe to a car accident to you got bad news or you're worried about something. Worry, you manifest what you worry. So you need to get out of the worry mode. But there is actually a worry pulse. So you actually affect your body when you worry, and it's not good for you. And a third thing you might want to try, I keep it on my dining room table, is frankincense. You can use it in the form of an essential oil. You can use it as incense. You can use it as candles. I make my own candles with frankincense. And that will uplift you spiritually. Okay, so if you think, what's going on? I don't understand. You can burn some frankincense or use the oil. You can diffuse the oil, and you can do that while you meditate, while you eat, whatever floats your boat. Is that how you say it? Sorry. It's one of those dyslexic days. So how do you anchor these 5D human templates into your body. So we're getting these 5D DNA downloads, and we want to anchor it in the body. We want our body to change to this new blueprint. So as more of us awaken and hold these higher vibrations or frequencies, we stabilize the 5D template for the collective. So as we are able to stabilize it within ourselves, as we're here as starseeds, that's why we're here. That's our number one soul purpose, is to help with the ascension. We bring that 5D light body into us. We stabilize it within us. We deal with our stuff. And as more and more of us do that, it causes those who are not awake yet to start to wake up. And as more of us do this, we will reach what you all know, I'm sure you heard of this, the 100th monkey. So the 100th monkey effect is when everyone just awakens at once. So we'll reach that point where so many people are awake that all of a sudden, those who are not awake will wake up. And there is a certain kind of jabby thing, I'm not going to talk about too much, that some people got, and it created these things in the body. And one of the things that happened is it shut down their pineal gland. And this actually caused some personality changes. So you may notice some people like, what's wrong with them? They've changed. That's what's wrong. So they're going to have difficulty waking up. So they'll be the last people. So the more of us who can anchor this 5D and wake up, when we start waking up, more and more people, and it's happening, more and more people are starting to wake up. But I still have several friends that are so deep in the asleep. But we reach that 100th monkey point. Just keep working on it. Keep saying your prayers, your good intentions, sending out your love, and boom, it's going to shock everybody, because when it happens, we will be able as a collective to manifest an entire new reality instantly. We will no longer need .gov. I'll just say it like that. You can figure out what I mean. I don't want to get a hit. I don't want to be political. I believe we are independent beings, and we know the laws of the universe. And as long as we live within those laws, we all get along great. And we live as a collective, and we help each other. Anyone who gets out of line, karma will deal with it, and it'll be instant. Right now, karma sometimes takes a different lifetime to be dealt with, not in the future. So we'll all have our awakening together. We're not going to leave anyone behind. So in closing, this month, honor your body as the light temple. You are not broken. You are becoming. Let go of outdated frequencies and vibrations and negative energies, and receive what is truly yours, the light, the clarity, the soul remembrance. So thank you for joining me on this journey. And if this episode resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you need more information, you can go to the Dancing Bear Enlightenment Academy.com, and you can find out about what I'm doing, what's going on. And so thank you for being here. And remember to be the light you want to see in the world.